ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back as we move into our round-robin tie-breaking phase here. First game is going to be Pointless versus the Spicy Waffles.
Yep.
And, well,
They're spicy.
This one is spicy.
Mm-hmm. It's spicy. So how this is going to work is very simple. First team who has more wins than the other will make it into the SPL.
That's right. That's right.
You win 2, and you're 100% making it into the SPL. What could happen here, and for those of you at home who are curious what our contingency plan is, if everyone goes 1-1 in pool play, we will play another pool play. And if they do it again, we will do it again.
And we will continue to do it until one team wins more than the other teams.
Until one of us decides to kill the other.
That's right. It'll turn.
I love you, Bart.
Basically, turns into battle royale.
Hey, I love you, but 12 hours of you.
The first group stage is like, we'll see if they can do it. The second one's like, they better do it. The third one's like, I'm gonna fight an axe and I'm gonna kill Scott. So those are your options. Let's take a look at picks and bans.
Yeah. So Team Pointless taking on Spicy Waffles. This is going to be a doozy. So Spicy Waffles had 2 pretty much average showings throughout the qualifiers. Nothing too noteworthy from them. Whereas Team Pointless, on the other hand, they had an okay week 1, they had an amazing week 2, and they're looking to be the team who make it in there. But the real story here is what happened with upcoming stars and Spicy Waffles? How did Spicy Waffles lose that?
Yeah.
I mean, we saw the highlights, but it's just, wow. Upcoming stars is no joke here, but you would be a fool to say that either Pointless or Spicy Waffles isn't the favorite. So looking at this first pick here, is going to be Athena for Team Pointless.
Yeah, they'll take the Athena off the board. Big AoE CC control. We saw just how effective she could be, especially out of the jungle in that last game.
Yep.
But they're going to pick the Artemis on the other side here for Spicy Waffles. She's been highly favored. With Cupid banned out, who can go toe-to-toe with her? With Cupid and Shibulon banned out.
It's going to be tough. You're basically forced into an Uller. You have the option of going Rom if you really want to, but you almost would rather see the Uller going against Artemis just because you could switch stance, hit her with an axe, and then CC her that way. Sure.
But always hard to deal with a Tusky without
for sure
an instant kind of escape. More like Cupid has very little pre-fire delay, where Uller's Leap does have a bit. So Vanis rounds out the lineup for Team Pointless here on the blue side. The Spicy Waffles on the bottom here in red. Yeah, what hunter will they take now? Surprised to see a first pick for Athena with both of the kind of in vogue hunters banned. It's curious to see what Team Pointless has up their sleeves. But Rob rounds out the Spicy Waffles, and they ban away Neath.
Huh. So that to me shows it's either got to be Uller or it's got to be Rom. There's no one really else out there. I mean, Apollo has seen some favor in scrims, but we haven't really seen it get carried over into the competitive matches yet.
Yeah, I think Apollo is probably not that great just with the lineup they've already drafted.
Yeah.
They don't really need the split push. They're really more of a 5-man core, and Rom can kind of bring some additional kind of damage to those team fights from a safe distance with his ultimate. Even though he's going to struggle a little bit in terms of wave clear, Artemis is not really a wave clear monster either, so he's going to be probably pretty fine in the laning phase.
Yeah, they're going to have, well, they won't have too tough of a time dealing with the Artemis and Ymir, although that's a lot of clear early on, but the Rom mixed with the Sylvanas will help him out, kind of keep it even, and then Bakasura is going to be the last pick in there. Spicy Waffles saw what Zalia could do with Bakasura. I wonder if they build him the same with that Ikavol into charged bow approach.
Many people have tried to be Zalia, but only Zalia is Zalia, so we'll see. Now it's the more traditional.
It's so thought-provoking.
Death's Toll and Boots 1. Hope was the last evil.
You love it, don't you?
Is that from like Doctor Who or something?
No, it's not from Doctor Who. No, it's from a book that I read once. Yeah.
Oh,
way back in the heyday.
Rifles for Wadi?
Nah, it was Irvin D. Yalom. It's a psychology book. Back when that was a thing I wanted to pursue.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we have a smite game. 30 seconds until the horn sounds as Team Pointless in the blue team versus Spicy Waffles as the red team. Spicy Waffles captained by Half Devil, Yaman, Wolfie, Ninja Bobat, and Arrow. Team Pointless, Arden King, Pikachu, that guy, Flurry Q, and Fresh Time Z. Skritwin? Looks like Skritwin.
Yeah,
Skritwin will be your Poseidon. Skrittin and winning.
Skritwin's got he's got a lot of pressure on him in this game. So you're going to be looking for the Poseidon to go toe-to-toe with a Ra, who is going to have a Thor as a support, or as a jungler there. So he's going to have to win that lane. He's got the wave clear early on, but once it hits about level 7, when Wolfie's going to have full clear with just his Celestial Beam, that's when you're going to look to see Poseidon go ahead and hit those rotations.
I really want to know more about why you decided to stop pursuing psychology, Scott.
There's
this just in, meh.
Okay. It's not a conversation.
It's not a conversation?
No, it was really more or less, you know, they kind of strayed away from the whole, like, therapy kind of model into, like, oh, let's just give people, you know, Adderall for everyone, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have a moral obligation to the state of
Yeah,
modern
yeah.
psychology, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's, you know, hey.
Who would have thought?
We all got to stand our ground somewhere, Scott.
Hey, if you don't stand for something.
Stand for nothing at all.
You can fall for anything, Bart.
No.
I have it tattooed on my ribs.
I got never back down on my traps.
Nice! So, as expected here, Thor's going to come over and help the Raw. They're going to go straight to the back camps here of Spicy Waffles, and they're going to steal those back camps away, giving them a slight edge here in experience, which is going to really favor them to secure both of these Harpies when they come up at 3 minutes.
Sure, yeah, that's going to be the first.
It
really
seems to be the
major
standard
point of fighting. Although there's a little bit going down here, but not quite as on the mark as Sun Touch's Skitwin with that Whirlpool. But yeah, still an early action.
Yeah, it's you have don't back down, Bart. You know that.
That's what my
Bart hasn't seen his tattoo on his back in a long time.
It's hard to see it, dude.
Yeah, unless he's taking mirror pics via Snapchat, it's tough for him.
My selfie game is not anywhere near as strong as yours, Scott.
You know I bring that mean selfie game. Hashtag follow me on Instagram.
I know that you bought a new phone so you can take better selfies.
Hey, the iPhone brings the noise. And that is fact.
Pump up the jam, Scott.
Yeah, well, Ymir shoves up. Frost Carpet will be next. You can see the wave clear strength Ymir and Artemis have together. Oh, the wall. They really didn't want to go on Sylvanas anyways, let's be honest.
Stop him in his tracks there. Yeah. Had enough out of you. And purple buff Sylvanas here to help maintain that lane control. For the more deficient lane clear of Rom, he did have his clear hit quite a bit, honestly, after the Season 1, where he enjoyed basically free farm at all times.
Well, the big thing that we hit Ra in Season 1 was his passive speed of light was just so fast. He was almost ice skating around. Hercules Boulder is going to come out. The brand new Hercules skin, his ultimate. It's my actually first time seeing it. That's hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Every way, shape, and form.
I have no idea what it's actually called, but it is El Fuego.
Yeah. Turn up.
Macho Borracho.
Well, they have a Ymir right in their sights. Ymir is going to hit a stun on 2. Athena's ulting in. The wall's going to hit as well. Down goes 1. That's going to go onto Rom as well, which is huge.
Yeah, that's good news for Team Pointless. But now up in the skies, Ninja Bobat looking to punish here. There's a Whirlpool he's forced to beat and hammer away, and more often than not, that's been the case for Thors we've seen today.
Yeah, which is odd. In North America, Thor is normally like, oh, okay, everyone, hold on. He's making the plays for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Here we've seen pop beads, use Wilder's attunement because it's scary in there.
Ra going with the CDR boots again. That's going to give him more heals. It'll be interesting to see what the call is made for his team. Seeing since he is pretty much, well, he's actually not the only magical damage because he does have a Ymir. We could see him kind of go into more support, but I would love to see him go into power. Ymir's going to help, but not enough.
Yeah, the Bakasura, Thor, Ra, Ymir, Artemis comp from Spicy Waffles here. It's a little bit thin. They have good damage, but it's really early game centric until the Artemis gets online. Bakasura needs to perform really, really well, I think, here. And Arrow, last time we saw him, did not perform that well. And Arn King doesn't seem to be having too much trouble corralling the Bakasura in terms of survivability, but has fallen a little bit behind in XP.
Well, that's big. So the Baka going into Hercules, Baka kind of has that advantage until level 9, and he was really looking to aggress that entire time on Hercules. The fact that he was able to withstand that assault means Hercules is going to be A-okay in this lane.
Yeah, that's like the big test. But yeah. But Ickfile wasn't finished, and it is finished now. So.
Exactly. So he's got another ultimate, which we can see what he's going to do with it, but my guess is with Hercules coming back in here, he's going to have Wingblade finished up after he gets this blue buff, and that can help him a bit, and it's going to give him a little bit more health. which is definitely what you're looking to do versus Bakasura. You don't worry about protections, just get healthy.
Yeah, and well, the Wing Blade obviously will give him the immunity slows
yeah.
and boost to speed when that Regurgitate does come out, so he should have an even easier time in this lane.
Yep. And I wonder what we're going to see out of the Spicy Waffles duo lane here. Like, are we gonna see them try to engage more on this Rom, who is known for being safe, right? Like, I feel like they almost have to force this issue, but we're going to see Team Pointless going to go ahead and turn. Wrath of Terror is going to hit as well. Ra's going to come in as well. Here comes Tusky. Searing Pain isn't going to hit. Searing Pain's going to get out of there, and Taunt isn't going to connect, but Ra's going to be here. He's going to get hit by a Kraken, though.
That was a bloody engagement. Ninja Bobat barely dying on the back end of it. In the 1-for-1 trade, Fleercue went down as well. Team Pointless kind of baited themselves into that fight, and, well, unfortunately for Ninja Bobat, he crashes down with the Anvil of Dawn right when Rom takes to the sky, and so nothing cooking.
Nothing really came out of that one, but overall here, I mean, Team Pointless, it seems like Poseidon, if you have a team and everyone's on the same page of ending this game before 30 minutes, Poseidon definitely is the best midge. Best midge.
Midge?
Best mage.
Mid-lane mage?
Yeah.
All in one go? Love
yeah,
it.
that's it.
Love it, dude.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Here we go. Fresh times? No. He does go down. So, yeah, you were kind of just calling for it. The more aggro play under the ROM, and they are able to secure a kill, are the Spicy Waffles, drawing even at 2-2.
Which they need. They need to just continuously roll this. Ymir's very, very strong early on. He's really strong throughout the entire game. And Half Devil, to my recollection, I've never seen him play Ymir. And so far, he seems like he's been practicing it a lot in the offseason.
Yeah. It was something that came, well, just because of how kind of prominently Ymir sat as a support in Europe. Half Devil started playing towards the end of last season. But Geb was definitely his go-to, it seemed like, at times.
Geb, a little bit of Athena, and then Sylvanas now obviously sprinkled into the mix. And the eye has turned where you could see potentially an engagement over here.
Oh,
they got the Raw, and that might be a dead Raw. The Kraken isn't able to do the full damage to him, though. Thor takes to the sky, and Thor comes crashing down. Big
opportunity here. The Ymir ultimate started getting channeled a little bit late, but still able to secure some kills there. Are the boys of Spicy Waffles, and this should lead to a Gold Fury. Indeed it does, with both the Athena and the Sylvanas down. What can they do besides have Skritwin toss out the occasional Whirlpool and try to be a nuisance? Uh-oh, you're
in trouble.
Oh! Yes, there you go, Yaman. Thought he may have rushed a stroke there, but that second shot does hit NBD. So Kraken secures them. That Raw out of the fight. The fight basically goes the way of Spicy Waffles out of that, and they're able to go ahead and take a Gold Fury on the back of that engagement, giving them the first real lead of this game.
Oh, she ran right into a wall. That's awkward. Oh, man, that's heartbreaking. They would have had that engagement as well. You could see Hercules was just lingering on the backside, just waiting for it to happen. And Rom turns around, and Rom, you know, he does have the blue buff, which is why a lot of people kind of stopped playing him because his clear was hurt so bad because Astral Arrows take a lot of mana. But he's still very safe, and he does have a great steroid in this too.
Yeah, gives him that late game scaling, where Artemis, I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? It's why Artemis is selected so much higher priority than Rom. Artemis has passive crit, so in addition to having a nearly identical in terms of potency, in fact, a little bit stronger attack speed buff that also comes with a run speed buff on top of it in Vengeful Assault. So she just scales a little bit better than the Rom, but Rom makes up for it with a little bit better ranged options than the Artemis. It really only has that, what is it, Purge the Insolent volley of arrows.
Yeah. So Rom, as the game gets later and later, Rom will get scarier and scarier, but in the same sense, Artemis is just insane to deal with. Butcher Blade's activated, and he's going to take a couple good slaps here. Kraken in the mid lane. Kraken looking to secure a kill. Kraken gets one.
Wolfie follows the Skritwin. Down comes into Bobat. Oh, you can't miss everything, homie.
Well, will he get the kill? The body block's going to be there as well.
Poseidon's going to that one. Thor in trouble. Wrath of Terror used it. Down he goes. Rom ultimately coming in over the top as well. Bakasura's coming. Everybody's wanting to fight in the mid lane here. Bakasura devours a minion. Athena ultimate channeled onto Hercules, but that wall's right on the point for Half Devil. And Spicy Waffles able to disengage there. But they lose 2 in the process.
Yeah.
Ninja Bobat and Wolfie both dead.
And you can start to see the experience is starting to get a little bit in favor here of Team Pointless, but it wasn't enough to change it that much. You can just start to see that it's starting to climb. So Team Pointless is still in this, as Yaman wanted to find a fresh ROM in the lane, but he's got the roll. It's a good dash. He also has the cripple arrow with it as well, so he's going to be okay. And she's just going to bully him. Wow.
Yeah, Boar, but he dashes out of range of Tusky, or Triceratopsy there.
Yeah. It's a cute little animal.
Oh, wait, no, there's a name I'm supposed to call him.
Sarah?
No. The guy who animated it was, like, really adamant.
Oh.
Hornsby.
Hornsby.
That's what that's what the developers really, really desperately want the Triceratops for the Cave Girl Artemis to be called.
Hornsby.
From this day forth, Hornsby is the name.
So Tusky is now replaced as Hornsby. Okay. I can see it.
Hornsby. Hornsby is the name of the dinosaur.
Sounds like a law firm.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hornsby and Friends.
Sounds like a department store sells furniture.
Yeah.
Hornsby's.
Yeah. And not like good furniture either, just like
No, like consignment, like
yeah.
mid-grade.
Yeah. Taking a look at the duo lane here. Rom and Sylvanas working together, and Artemis having no problem at all. Just really bullying them, even with two people in lane. He knows he has Half Devil just coming in on the support side, but nothing crazy happened.
This game has been very ponderous. Pretty slow pace, honestly. 9 kills through 11 minutes, but it just doesn't feel that action-packed. Here we go. Here comes Athena on top of Sylvanas. Amir's going to channel his ultimate, doing plenty of damage. The pole not going to hit.
It gets stopped through Ymir
Taunts
walls.
too, into the choke. Where's the follow-up? Rom.
He's waiting for it. He's got to wait. Oh, no.
The only shot too. Thor is now taken to the sky as well. Ninja Bobat looking to re-engage. Doesn't find much. Barely hits a stun. The back end of the stun on one.
They missed
spin to win on top of Pikachu. Shield wall is there. Maybe enough to find a kill. No, Ninja Bobat will secure that one for the Spicy Waffles. After a long engagement, find one kill.
Yeah, Rom actually waited so long that he actually got out of his ultimate. So the third one doing the most damage, he wasn't able to use. Yeah. Very, very interesting.
Held the stroke too long.
Yep, held it just a bit too long. Looking at the player damage here, Artemis leads the way with 67.59. Normally at this point, we see it's all about the duo lane, and not today. Not this game. Artemis leads the way. Meanwhile, Rom rounding out at the bottom four.
Feels like this entire game has just been a lot of like 5 or like 7 to 10 man engagements in which 1 or 3 kills happen.
Mm-hmm.
Just some missed executions kind of around the board here. Maybe some nerves factoring into this one.
I mean, this is a pretty nerve-wracking game. Oh, regurgitates out. Is he going to commit? He's not.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought he was going to 100% chase that. Looking at it here, he's got Ikavol. He looks like he's going into Executioners most likely next. I'm really surprised he didn't dive.
Yeah, he has to go, he goes to the beads there because he has to respect the Athena on those ganks, just big CC chain coming up from her, so he needs the beads, so unable to get the weakening curse. If he has weakening curse there, he gets an easy kill, or any kind of kill really at all. But having trouble dealing with the Hercules.
Hercules is still strong. Yeah, he's still one of those gods who, if he's ahead, he's awful to deal with. If he's behind, you're able to deal with him a little bit better. I was trying to find a word there, couldn't find a word.
Yeah.
I just get.
It's more good if you're better.
It gets better if you're good.
Oh, here we go. The freeze
Nice.
off the mark there, but he does find the slow onto the Athena. No follow-up. Amir still trying to charge forward. And Thor is perfectly happy to just take those right side mid camps and bring a little bacon home for the Spicy Waffles.
Ymir got hit by 2 tridents, by the way, just 2 procs of that trident, and he actually lost a decent amount of health. So you can see that Poseidon right now, he's feeling the rhythm. He's getting ready to finish Spear the Magus. He's got CDR boots. After that will probably be the Chronos pendant, and that's when you're starting to see him really come to life.
On the left side, doesn't find anything just yet. They do go into the Amir,
Nice.
and that's going to be a big target to pick off if they can, but in comes the Thor to break the team fight ult. Ross Knight was off the mark there. Kraken should be coming through any moment. There it is, doing a lot of damage to Spicy Waffles, but they're trying to disengage. Third Rom Snipe is on the mark. Down goes Ninja Bobat. Pikachu finds a kill into Yaman as well, and this should be a Gold Fury for Team Pointless.
Yep, there's no way Half Devil is going to try to engage on this. There's no way he's going to do it. Wolfie doesn't have Searing Pain either. This is going to be free. And they win a huge team fight. They do this. Half Devil actually looking for it.
Unless the Half Devil can find his way in. He's being zoned out pretty hard, taking a lot of damage.
Oh, he might die.
Sylvanas just happily tanking this up, although he's getting a bit low. Half Devil now dead. They feed another kill into this Gold Fury attempt, and Pointless still take it nice and free for themselves, and they cut the gold lead in half now that Spicy Waffles fought so hard to accumulate.
Yeah, they actually have a lead of 1,000 now, which is their first lead of the game, and that is very, very good for them. So as we just kind of take a look, the experience per minute, Bakasura obviously leads, but the golden hand, Sylvanas has 1,700 in climbing.
Yeesh.
Poseidon has 1,460. So
Sylvanas,
that's Spear the Magus for sure.
yeah, Sylvanas is going to be closing in on his Sovereignty or on his Heart Ward Amulet, depending on which one he wants to go for. It will be the Sovereignty, and he'll have that one up and running relatively soon here. Once he hits about 6,800 net worth, he'll be having that bad boy running. So looks like your Thor is going to be building into a winged one here. Maybe it's going to be the Witchblade, most likely a winged blade here.
Yeah.
For Thor. So Ninja Bobat not feeling very safe in these engagements.
Yeah, which is, I would have rather seen like a Magi's, but it makes sense though. And here comes a lot here, all on Bakasura. Regurgitates down. He's going to try to do everything. He dodges Hercules' ult. Is he going to be able to do it? He has no help though, and down he goes.
4-man rotation though to pick him up. It looks like Amir's going to try to make a play with Artemis here. They slotted out with the wards of ping coming through, but are they going to dive him? Half Devil, you had a blink, bud.
He got hit once.
Didn't want to use it
before. Yeah. I think he's going to save it for underneath this tower. And that would be my
Well, they try to dive
assessment.
here. It should be an easy tier 1 here, but the rotation, they're not taking it very quickly, and yeah, Spicy Waffles forced down. They may get blown up. No, the wall.
No, he let him through. Tusky's going to be there, though.
Yeah, here comes Hornsby, if you will.
Yep. Oh, Hornsby.
Being smacked around as the Artemis and will eventually go down 2 fresh times. Moving forward now is the rest of Team Pointless, looking really, really nice in this engagement so far. Half Devil to fall as well. It's a double kill for the ROM, and that should put him in a great position to build into the later stages of this mid game.
Now, I'm kind of confused. I guess they're going to rotate the ROM, excuse me, I'm so used to saying Ra, the ROM into the mid lane to get this free farm and kind of shove it up. I mean, they have the timers to where Half Devil and Yaman won't be in lane for another 15 seconds, so give him some gold, maybe kind of try to do some additional damage to this tower. I don't know if they'll be able to take it, though.
Well, Hercules, he's going to smack Thor around a little bit as he moves in to try to defend this tier 2 on the right side. In the meantime,
yeah, that's
tier
a win.
2 in the mid lane, or sorry, tier 1 in the mid lane will fall in favor of Team Pointless. Spicy Waffles are unable to take that tier 2 on the right. They get it fairly low, though, so it's a nice thought by Ninja Bobat, but unable to capitalize, unfortunately.
So now looking at it here, oh, Ancient Blade coming out here for Mr. Poseidon. So this is most likely going to be a Wing Blade for him, giving him a little bit of health, some mobility, and most importantly, cooldown. It's going to be cheaper than a Chronos Pendant for him.
It definitely will be that.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? 2,000 gold in hand finally as Rom's going to head back and finish it out. Rom, we haven't really seen him, so I want to see what kind of builds they're going to do with him. I'm assuming it's the standard Ikavol boxing. You want to box with Rom, especially if you're ahead.
Yeah, you do. You want to try to set the situation. Really, when you're Rom and you're ahead, you want to just find some time to hit towers because your steroid is just so good at taking him down quickly. Just an excellent objective, kind of just all around the board objective taker. So towers, Gold Fury, Fire Giant. Rom is really exceeds, or well, excels there, not exceed.
Yeah.
Bakasura, he's looking towards the Hasten Fatalis. My God, when was the last time we saw one of those? My God.
Well, it actually makes sense because he decided to go beat. He doesn't have the sprint 3. Kraken's going to come in. Kraken's going to do a decent amount to Half Devil, but that's about it. Arnikag's going to spot one over to his right. He's going to turn his gaze. The Pikachu looking for it. He doesn't really have any follow-up, though. He's all by himself. He's going to get stuck by the wall. Regurgitate comes out. Regurgitate's going to help him out as Siri Payne's going to finish it. Rock comes crashing down. This could be trouble for Poseidon, but he's got Peel.
Sylvanas ultimate hits a bunch at the tier 2, but there's just no follow-up so far from Team Pointless. They charge forward. Oh, they're going to get a pluck onto him here. Half Devil in a lot of trouble. The wall's there. The boulder's bouncing. It's going to hit him twice, 3 times, but not enough. He turns around and freezes. Doesn't hit, well, anything, really. That's a nice stun. Can they follow it up, though? Rom shooting off. Look how fast he's firing. Oh, no. That's going to hurt a lot later. Spin to win out on top of...
Did he beat?
Sylvanas. Will they ever catch Flurry Q? The answer is no. He will be just fine.
Did Thor just beads there? I think, yeah, he did. Okay. Trying to get the cooldown on it. All right, fair enough. So now we're going to see Rom go ahead and grab this purple buff as Artemis will continue to farm up. Wingblade getting ready, or Wingblade finished here on Poseidon, which is going to help him out. And this is going to be a Height of the Urchin, an item we saw very favored early on in Season 1 of SPL. But then from there, everyone was like, oh yeah, let's just get Magi's. Magi's is awesome. And it was really just because of what gods were in favor.
That's right. Yeah, Magi's definitely fallen off. It did also receive a little bit of nerfery in the offseason.
Which it needed to. Anytime anything becomes a priority, it's like...
Yeah, you don't want obligatory items where you can avoid it. But Voidstone, done for Athena. That adds a lot in these fights from that jungle side. And Hercules with his Height of the Urchin, Bim dud with that one. Has a couple stacks up on it as well, looks like here. Oh, no stacks just yet, but does have it at a reasonable timing. Didn't get it for any of those early 1 kill or 5 assists that he got, but doesn't look like this one's slowing down anytime soon.
Yeah, so Ra is going to be forced to go into the Divine Ruin here, and that's really just to deal with the healing of Sylvanas. On the other side, though, no kind of anti-heal to answer the Ra. Yeah, you really want to see something come out. Whether it's a Weakening Curse, which would make sense to go on Athena. She does have an open slot. Whatever the case may be, you got to have it out there because Ra is going to continuously heal up his team. Looking at it right now, he's already done 7,300 healing.
Yeah, this game, well, it has been fairly action-packed. Again, similar to what we saw earlier. A lot of kills, but not a lot of momentum gained off of them. And a lot of big engagements with only 1 or 2 deaths. Porting in now to this ward. Here comes the Hercules. It's a Gold Fury engagement. Thor finds a 4-man stun. But where is the follow-up? There it is. A Kraken comes through, but that's not the right team. If you're the Thor, he gets exploded right away. All 5 members of Team Pointless still standing. Spicy Waffles have lost 2 to this point, and the 3rd likely to fall. There it is. Wolfie goes down. Is there a 4th? Do we have a 4th? Artemis forced to run. Rom Snipes coming through. Athena is here. Taunt can be incoming any moment. Is there going to be a Tusky? No, it's just beats. Artemis turns and tries to burn. Yemen in a lot of trouble. He gets smacked around under tower. Arn King can tank him up forever, it seems like. And he will be falling any time now. Yes, there it is.
That's what happens. That's what happens when you have an Athena jungle and a Sylvanas.
A lot of cooldowns.
Yeah, a lot of cooldowns, and it doesn't bring the big damage there, but mid tower will fall as well. That's going to be a tier 2, as that's going to be Fresh Times and Skritwin. Skritwin? However,
Skritwin. He's Skritwin.
Sounds like a NASCAR driver. So now we're just going to go ahead and see as the siege is going to continue. This one's kind of spiraling out of control for Spicy Waffles, man. Like, I love painting a picture, like anyone that's in it, but Spicy Waffles have lost the recent engagements, which is going to be a big problem for them.
Yeah, it's Pointless is pulled ahead here, but not so much in terms of gold or experience. They're not capitalizing really off of these fights. I mean, they have a bit of an experience lead, but all things told here, Spicy Waffles is holding this one really, really contentiously. They're in ahead in gold still at this point. So where does Pointless turn the corner and actually start winning here? And if this is a mark maybe of a less professional team than Spicy Waffles or the teams that have already qualified, unable to capitalize off of big team fights is something that we see serially amongst teams that are learning how to perform at the highest level.
For sure. And it really just comes down to taking as much as you can every single team fight. Now, granted, in that last scenario, there wasn't anything for them to take. Gold Fury was down, the buffs are down, as you can still tell, so all they could really do was siege the towers, which they were able to do. They got a tier 2 out of it and a tier 1, but right now, Athena has the taunt. Bakasur is going to jump out of this one, and Searing Pain's going to basically erase Hercules here. But he's still alive because he's Hercules.
Oh, Bakasur continuing to chomp. Here comes Thor on the backside. They're going to try to make something more out of this one. Yemen does kill Arn King in this fight. So far, so good for Spicy Waffles. Down goes Fresh Times. Down will be going the Pikachu as the hammer comes back. This should lead to a Fire Giant for Spicy Waffles. They may be able to just completely take over control of this game, and this is what we've been talking about. Pointless, unable to capitalize on objectives. Here comes the Spicy Waffles. Will they find the Fire Giant now? If they do, they're looking to take out the rest of these towers. That's tier 1 and tier 2 mid. Most likely they might Flurry to fall as well. 4 members down now. Fire Giant up and running for the Spicy Waffles, and this one has just been broken wide open as you see the grass start to plummet.
Yep, and on top of this, they don't really have to worry about anything. I'm surprised they're not just going to go ahead and tank and just shred through this tier 1 as they should. So they clear up the wave, and now they have some archers with them as well. Poseidon, the only person up for Team Pointless, he's just going through the jungle trying to protect his red buff and possibly purple buff. But this might be a Phoenix. And by might be, I mean this is a Phoenix.
This is a Phoenix. There's nothing they can do to stop this. Probably the right side as well, or the tier 2 on the left, depending on what they want. They will take the tier 2, get that extra bit of gold, and forgo the map pressure on the right side in lieu of some map control on the left. They're really trying to limit Pointless's ability to farm the map. And, well, they did a damn good job over here at Spicy Waffles. They're going to take a commanding lead off of this push.
I was getting ready to say, the tower's got a couple more hits, man. You guys got to continue to hit it.
Yeah, what are they doing?
Yeah. So Gold Fury will be up in a minute 20. Fire Giant isn't up for 4 minutes. This is Spicy Waffles' game right now.
Yeah, that means they got another, what, 2 minutes and 50 seconds of fire jump up here to work with, so still plenty of time.
Yeah. And that's really what they want to have happen too, right? Like, they want to have as much time with it as possible. Taking a look at the player damage, 14,000 for Poseidon, 12,000 for Rom. Artemis doing everything possible. It's not every day you see an Artemis lead the way.
Yikes.
Throughout the entire game.
Well, you got to think, probably 3,000 of that damage came on the 3-man dive underneath that tower on the left side.
Sure.
Just raining an auto attacks at the Hercules, who was shrugging him off. So maybe a little bit misleading there, but certainly a very, very expert performance so far from Yaman, at least as so far as it goes to dealing the damage that he needs to do to give them opportunities to stay in this game. And Spicy Waffles, they hung on long enough, and they're able to break it open now with a 7,000 gold lead. Well, 6,000 gold lead.
This Bakasura has elected to go into Rage, and then this might either be a Deathbringer or a Mouse.
That's a Deathbringer.
And you never know, right? There's always that chance. We've seen crazier things, but that is one scary Bakasura. You're gonna see him just shred. Look at him shred.
Kraken
That's a Sylvanas.
This might be the game. Scritwin whiffed the Kraken, just completely missed it in the middle of everybody. And credit to the heavenly agility that must have come out of Wolfie there. They had a great opportunity to make a play, and
the
the
wall.
heavenly agility came out, and because of that, Team Pointless basically missed all of their initiation in that team fight into the choke, and because of it now, Spicy Waffles are 5 strong fighting into 3 with a Fire Giant buff.
Yeah, they're going to push this wave. They're going for the far right Phoenix. Scritwin, eyes on him. He's got 30 seconds for the Kraken. He's really got to step it up here. They have to delay for that. I don't see them stalling or winning unless they hit a big Kraken here. Scritwin's got to be careful though. Hercules now is going to be frozen. Hercules is going to get focused. He's just going to get shredded.
Now it's a 2v5. The right side Phoenix is down as well. We just missed that as Artemis takes it down. And moving in for the Titan is the boys of Spicy Waffles. 40%, 30%, 10%, and dead. Down it goes. Team Pointless with one.
Wow.
Just basically a series of misplays there. They lose a fight that yields the Fire Giant, and then they barely miss that initiation. They whiff the Kraken due to the heavenly agility repositioning coming out of the Spicy Waffles. And boom goes the dynamite. Spicy Waffles win their first game in the round robin.
That is huge. That's a huge win for Spicy Waffles, showing the veteran leadership there from Half Devil. But really, that is a complete throw by.
Yeah,
that was pretty much a throw, right?
I don't know if it's so much a throw as it is just that they didn't know how to win. Right, they had the advantage. They would win fights, but they couldn't take objectives off of them. They didn't build themselves a comfortable lead. And Spicy Waffles just kind of stayed around until they found the right wins.
Yeah, so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a look at the quick standings here in case you guys are just tuning in. We're in a 3-way tie. So now Spicy Waffles goes to 1-0. Pointless finds themselves at 0-1. Upcoming stars, it's their turn next.
They're coming up next, guys, but we'll be back in just about 5 minutes with our next game out of this round robin to decide who the second team that qualifies out of Group B will be. BBB.